On the night of March 1st, 2022, Diana Marsh made her husband a Moscow mule. By 3 in the morning he was dead. And the investigation that followed would uncover a story that none of his family saw coming.
We were celebrating. I made him a drink. It was a Tuesday. I wanted the night to feel special. I still can't believe he's gone. When I think about that night, it just doesn't make any sense.
Marcus Marsh had built a life that most people would have been proud of. A business, a home, 3 sons, and a wife who had been quietly planning his death for months.
Marcus was the kind of man who made you feel like you were the most important person in the room. He trusted people. He trusted her. He trusted her completely.
When I pulled that file and I looked at what was in it, right? The searches on her phone, the insurance policies, the housekeeper, all of it stopped it. I knew exactly what we were dealing with. The question was never whether she did it. The question was why it took us this long to prove it.
Look, Dad, it's a spaceship that runs on cookies.
A spaceship, huh? That is incredible, man.
Marcus Marsh had changed his will. He had already removed her as beneficiary before he died. She killed him for an inheritance that no longer existed.
Those boys worshiped their father, and Marcus, he was building something for them. Everything he did was for those boys. He used to say, I want them to have what I had to work for. He wanted to give them a head start.
Congratulations, you two. Welcome to Utah and welcome home. It truly is a special place.
We can't thank you enough, Marcus.
She was in debt, $4.5 million. And Marcus had no idea of the full picture.
She was running up bills in his name, taking out loans he knew nothing about, living a life that required more money than she had access to. And she had a solution in mind. She had been thinking about that solution for a long time.
We had a beautiful life. Marcus was a good man. He worked so hard for our family. I don't know. Sometimes things get complicated. You make decisions that you wish you could take back.
What Diana did not know when she finally acted on everything she had planned was that Marcus had already moved to protect himself, quietly, without telling her, in the way of a man who preferred to solve problems without confrontation.
She said it was for an investor, a man who had a back injury and needed pain medication. I didn't think much of it at first. She was my employer. She asked me to help and I helped. I wish I had asked more questions. Marcus, I sat down with my brother and I told him something is not right here. The money, the way she talked about money, the life insurance thing. He found out about one of those policies and I watched his face when he found out and I knew then, but I didn't know how far it had already gone. I made him a Moscow mule. We used to drink them to celebrate. It was our thing. He loved them.
Marcus had 5 times the lethal dose in his system, ingested orally, in something he ate or drank, in a house where the only people present were his wife and his 3 sleeping children. Medical examiner found 15 nanograms per milliliter of fentanyl in his blood. In cases we have documented, 3 nanograms has been enough to kill.
When they told me how he died, when they told me what was in his blood and how much of it was there, I had to leave the room.
This was not the first attempt. 5 weeks before the Tuesday night cocktail, Diana Marsh had already tried once and failed and tried again.
Writing this book brought me peace. I wanted my boys to understand that even though their father isn't here physically, his love is still with them. It is just in a different way now.
1 month after that television appearance, Diana Marsh was arrested.
The search history on her phone, we are talking about months of repeated searches, specific drug dosages, specific concentrations, what happens when certain substances are ingested orally. She wasn't researching out of curiosity. She was researching out of intention. And the dates on those searches told us exactly when she started planning and exactly how long she had been at it before she acted.
She said, "Get me some of the Michael Jackson stuff." Those were her exact words. And I knew what she meant. I should have walked away. But I didn't. The 3rd time she asked me, she said her investor needed something stronger. He trusted me and I lied. I betrayed him to save myself. I am so ashamed.
This connection right here is the missing link.
You're right. When they called me to say they were arresting her, I was at work. I was in the middle of a meeting and I had to excuse myself. I went to my car in the parking lot and I sat there for I don't know how long. Because it was right. It was right that they arrested her. And it was still one of the worst moments of my life. Because those boys lost both their parents that day. The one she killed and the one she was. I am innocent. I love my husband. I love Marcus. Whatever they think they found on my phone, whatever Carmen told them, they have the wrong story. They have a story, but it is not the right one.
Even from a jail cell, Diana Marsh believed she could manage the outcome. The letter investigators found hidden in a book suggested she had been coaching a witness. It became another exhibit in a case that was already overwhelming.
When I saw the full picture, the searches, the insurance policies, the debt, Carmen's testimony, the letter from the jail cell, I thought about how long she had been planning this. This was not a moment of crisis. This was a sustained campaign. Months of research and sourcing and attempting and finally succeeding. She was methodical, and the evidence reflected that sick pace. Her delivery, confident and absolutely controlled. Has the jury reached a verdict? We showed the jury the search history, not one search, not 2 searches, dozens of searches across months on her own phone. The dates were everything because we could show exactly when she started researching and exactly when she acted. The jury saw a woman who had planned this with the same intentionality you would bring to any major project. The evidence, Your Honor, is this book. A child's book of angel wings, found beside her bed. Marcus had changed his will. He had already removed her as beneficiary before he died. She killed him for an inheritance that no longer existed. She killed my brother for money she was never going to receive.
Guilty, aggravated murder, attempted murder for the Valentine's Day incident, forgery, insurance fraud, all of it. The jury came back in less than a day, after a 3-week trial. That tells you something about how clearly the evidence spoke.
In the matter of the state versus Atlanta, Georgia, on the charge of murder, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty. Marcus built everything he had through hard work and through trusting people. He trusted people because he was trustworthy himself. And the system that was supposed to protect him failed him. Today, the truth was told. And that is what he deserved. All right. He deserved the truth to be told.
On the day their mother was convicted of murdering their father, 3 boys were at school, living their ordinary day. The people who loved them made sure of that.
The insurance policies were voided, every single one. There is a clause in virtually every life insurance contract.
Isn't. If the beneficiary is convicted of causing the death of the insured, the benefits are void. She received nothing.
The estate went into trust for the 3 boys under the terms of the will Marcus had updated before he died.
The court set the sentencing date for May 13th, which would have been Marcus's 44th birthday. I don't know if that was intentional or if it was just the way the calendar fell, but I thought about that for a long time. The birthday he was never going to have became the day she found out how many of hers she had given away.
Those boys are going to be okay. I need you to believe that because I need to believe it. They have the Marsh family. They have people who love them. They have Marcus in them, Pang. You can see it, especially in the oldest. He has his father's way with people, his father's warmth. Marcus is gone, but he is not gone. He is in those boys. And nobody took that pen.
The kitchen is the same. The mug is the same. Marcus is not. That is the whole story in 3 sentences.
Marcus deserved better. He deserved the Tuesday night he thought he was having. He deserved to grow old with his boys. He deserved someone who loved him the way he loved the people in his life. He did not get any of that, but he got the truth. In the end, he got the truth. And I am going to spend the rest of my life making sure his boys know who their father really was.
People ask me how I feel about this case. After everything, after seeing what she did and how she covered it and how long she kept it covered, I feel the same way I feel about every case that ends with a conviction. Grateful that the evidence was there, and sad that it had to be.